And in today's lesson, we are going to learn the relationship effectiveness skill, give. Relationship effectiveness skills are aimed at maintaining or improving our relationships with another person. While you try to get what you want in an interaction. When improving a relationship is the main objective, interpersonal effectiveness focuses on how you go about trying to improve the relationship. Are you being respectful? Do you ask or do you demand? Do you listen? You have to aim to be relationship effective in any interaction. It's not just the objective on an island by itself. Being a respectful and kind person is part of character, even if you really are focusing on getting what you want. GIVE is an acronym for Relationship Effectiveness Skills. The GIVE skill stands for be gentle, act interested, validate, and use an easy manner. G, be gentle. This means being kind and respectful as your approach. People like to respond to gentleness. They avoid harshness. If you're going to clarify with gentleness, it means you don't attack, you don't threaten, you don't judge, and you don't disrespect. People don't like it if you threaten them, attack them, or express much anger. Directly threatening people or making manipulative statements or hidden threats are also not tolerated. It's difficult to stay in a discussion when it gets painful. This is not the time to attack or threaten. You can exit gracefully. When you use punishment, threats, or aggression to get what you want, people may do what you want while you're around them, but when you're not around them or when you can't see or monitor what they're doing, they will likely not do what you want them to do. The idea is to make it sound as if you're taking responsibility for the situation, even if you didn't cause it, rather than making the other person responsible. When others feel you're making them responsible, they usually say that they feel threatened or they feel like they're being manipulated. If you say that you want to do something that is negative or harmful, but at the same time you aren't going to do it, this is not a threat. This is sharing or mindfully describing an urge. If you say you're going to do something and you do not have the ability to express your restraint, this is a threat. When you're being gentle and you don't judge, there's no name calling. There's no should or put downs. No guilt tripping. You show respect. This means no guilting or shaming another or walking out of a conversation. I, act interested. Show interest in the other person. Listen to them, their point of view, their opinion, their reason for saying no or making a request. Don't interrupt or try to talk over. Don't focus on what you will say and wait for your time to talk. Don't try to mind read thoughts or intentions without checking in with the other person as to whether you're right. Don't assume that what you think is going on is what is going on, or that you are correct, especially if you think the other person is being intentionally hostile, hurtful, rejecting, or simply uncaring. If you have concerns about their motivation, Gently ask and listen for their answer. You have to be sensitive to other people's needs and desires. Sometimes that means that they don't want to have a discussion right now, and you need to be patient. People appreciate interest. It's focus on them. They receive your attention. They likely will respond better if you expressed interest in them. This aspect of a relationship effectiveness is act interested, not be interested. There are times when you may want for someone to have a positive experience interacting with you and you're not actually interested in what they want to talk about. Choosing to listen means choosing to be effective in achieving your goal of helping them have a positive experience with you. V is for validate. Let the other person know that their feelings, thoughts, and actions are understandable to you given their past or current situation. It's important to validate why, even if you disagree with what. Why a person is feeling, thinking, or doing without agreeing with what they're actually thinking or doing. You can say, I know that you feel you have to yell at me because if you don't, you will keep things inside of yourself and never get what you want. At the same time, I don't like it at all, and I really want you to stop yelling and try just telling me what you want me to do. It's important to validate by acknowledging and not by judging. You acknowledge with words the other person's feelings, difficulties, and opinions about a situation without judgmental words, voice tone, facial expressions, or even posture. When we validate, it often requires us to read and interpret the other person's nonverbal skills, such as facial expressions and body language. This will help you figure out what the problem is that the person might be saying or having with you, or your request, or your no. Acknowledge those feelings or problems. Examples might be, I know that you're very busy, or I can see that this is really important to you. In addition, notice and validate when other people are right about what they are saying, when their behavior fits the facts of the situation and they are making a lot of sense given the current facts. Watch what they do, not what they say. Actions speak louder than words. Sometimes validating with words can be invalidating, especially when the situation calls for action. If you promise to do something and you're going to break that promise, you want to take the action of acknowledging the impact on the other person. If you just tell them how much you love them and that you're sorry, that's invalidating to them. It's disrespectful and it shows them that you're more important than they are. You're not considering what happens for them. E is for use an easy manner. Try to be lighthearted. Use some humor and smile. Ease the other person along. Be patient. Be slow. Speak soothingly. There's a difference between a soft sell and a hard sell. Be political. The goal is for people to like giving you what you want. They don't like to be bullied or pushed or shamed or made to feel guilty. You want to be better at inducing people to do what you want and at the same time getting them to like doing what you want them to do. To maintain relationship effectiveness when you are aiming to meet an objective, be gentle, act interested, validate, and use an easy manner.